People always ask how I balance my family life with 400 shows a year. I'm just doing what I love with the people I love. It's my magic life.
I like Wes Iseli. I like everything about him.
All right. This week, it's just Natalie and I. Check out the tan. Check out, look, I look different, huh? Just got back from Cancun.
I wish I do in person. I look nice and tan in my white shirt this past weekend.
Not on video. Not at all.
Yeah, well,
not at all.
Yeah, the bright light.
Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Red Coral Universe, and you can see how pale my wife is and how tan I am.
That's rude. That is rude.
We've been on the go, man. We went to New Jersey. We did a live podcast there. We did our show there. We had a great time at the Magic Convention. Then we went to Cancun. Then we've been rocking and rolling. Kid's birthday. We got a lot to catch you guys up on. We got a lot. The Illusion show at the Luray Performing Arts Center.
Yeah.
But let's go back. Let's go back to the MAES convention, Natalie. How'd that go?
It went well. You went to everything. Stayed up till all ungodly hours. I didn't want to put Willow on 24/7 baby watch, so I didn't go to the lectures, but I did go to performances, and obviously I was at what we were performing, obviously. And I went to the auction with you one night, and we had dinner together, so that was good. I had fun. It was nice seeing everybody again. I haven't been since Lana was a baby because I think we talked about this before. I just got left in the hotel room because she wasn't going to sit through lectures and all that. And she didn't really sit through performances either. So I didn't, took her to one, but I do believe I took her out after a little bit. So I just didn't go back. But Wes was becoming president. So he wanted me there.
I am president now. Do I look different?
He's president. He's president of MAES.
But
I'm first lady.
There you go. We got to get T-shirts next year.
That'd be cute.
That would be awesome.
That'd be cute.
It only works through the weekend.
Yeah, that's okay.
The gala show is over.
So did our bride and groom shirts. I mean, we're not wearing those anymore
but
either.
We're gonna do it. We're getting T-shirts. I'm putting it down right here.
Okay.
President and First Lady.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. What did you think about MAES though? I think you enjoyed it more than you thought you were.
I did. I was kind of dreading it because I wasn't sure how it was going to work with the boys and everybody there and hotel room and I just wasn't sure how it was going to work. I wasn't sure if it was going to be horribly awful or if I was going to love it. So I was leaning towards I'm going to expect the worst, and if it's better than that, awesome. And that's what I got.
By the end of the weekend, Natalie was like, so next year we'll do... Next year?
Well, you told me this year, you have to be there next year. I'm president. So, I mean, I just figured we were coming next year.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I think a lot of people
are
at the convention are now expecting to come back too. So, don't want to disappoint.
But we did a live podcast, our first live podcast. 4 years of doing the podcast. This is our first live podcast.
Yeah.
I wish we could do it more often.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
When we're in here filming in a magic room, we're just pretending there's an audience out there. There was a real audience there that night. It was awesome. It
was fun to hear reactions and things.
And we just, talking about winging it, we just winged it. We had zero plans.
Yep. They came out, they were like, what are you guys doing for the podcast? Yeah, we'll figure it out.
It was kind of like they just wanted us to talk all about MAES. And I'm like, well, not everybody here loves MAES the way I do. And I don't want to just, I don't know.
We wanted some fun stories.
I didn't want an hour-long commercial for MAES. MAES is amazing. I love it. But I didn't want an hour-long commercial.
And I don't think that's how it turned out either.
No, definitely not. If you haven't heard that episode, it is fun.
Yeah.
I've listened to it several times. I've watched it several times because I edited it for YouTube and the Red Coral Universe, but also because it's just fun to watch a live podcast. For me, just to have the people come up on stage and interact with us, and I watched it several times. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, it was fun.
And if you're not a Patreon person, the stories that were exclusive for Patreon, I said, all right, guys, don't leave as soon as the episode ended. All right, see you next week. All right, guys, not everybody leave the room. Listen. we're going to do something for Patreon. We do this every week for Patreon. We have the people come back for a couple minutes and just tell a funny story or an extra little something extra for Patreon.
Yeah.
We went 25 extra minutes.
I think so. It was a long extra, but it was fun and it was funny.
Craig
It was
Diamond
good.
told some stories that were just, that dude's a nut. He's crazy. I love it.
He's had some experiences. I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
Anyway, so if you're not a Patreon person, you got to check that out.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, the live podcast.
Mhm.
Once again, we were just we have bad luck with sound engineering. I'm not a sound engineer. We packed up all of our equipment, all of our microphones, everything, and took it with us. It was in the RV. Never pulled it out. They were like, "Hey, we can use our system."
Yeah.
We tested it. It was great.
Yeah.
When you listen to it, when you watch it, you keep seeing Craig Diamond holding the cord and trying to fix it.
Yeah, one of the microphones, and I don't know that we ever figure out which one, but one of them would go in and out, and you hear, and you're like, oh. Like, I mean, and they ended up switching me out for a headset, and then I would hear it, and I'd be like, stay still. Was that me? Was it now the headset? But it was doing it before I got the headset, so it was, I don't know. Who knows?
But it was doing it for
Everything.
lectures. It was
Yeah.
doing it for,
Shows.
people's shows. It was
It was
whatever.
just every once in a while. It's not anything that ruins anything. You
No,
know,
but it's an audio podcast that people can watch now. I want the sound to be good, and we have bad luck with that. And it's like it's following us. It's following us.
It must be us. It can't be anybody else. It's our fault.
But it wasn't even our equipment. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
Just our luck. That's what it was.
But I mean, all right. So an hour podcast, you had 5
right.
pops.
Yeah, and it didn't last forever. And that's what I'm saying. It's not that bad.
Right.
It's just a little here every once in a while. And I don't know. It could have been some sort of interference with their system and something in the hotel, because we've had that before.
We have our sound system. If the school or building that we're in has an alarm system, the alarm like sends radio frequency and it interferes with ours and doesn't work.
Yeah, like it just goes and doesn't stop.
Yeah.
But luckily that's only happening in like 2 places. So, and we know where to expect it now if we go back. But that could be all it is something like that. So who knows? I don't know. It really wasn't that bad. I wouldn't.
But we had a blast.
Yeah.
We got several different people up from the audience to talk. We talked MAES, but we also told road stories. We had return guests like John Westford and Craig Diamond and
Vince Mendoza
and Mark D'Souza. We had Larry, who was the outgoing president.
Yeah.
I don't know Larry. I know him from the convention. I've seen him. I've said hi to him, but that was the first time I ever sat down talking to him. And I was like, I don't know you. Tell me. And then after the podcast, he's like, I don't know why I just dwelled on that. I do a lot more than just that.
Yeah.
Well, dude, that's up to you to say. I don't know you, so I can't pull other things out of you.
Right.
But
he wants to be on the podcast.
I think he does.
Yeah.
And
which is awesome.
So we had a lot of people to come up to us afterwards and say they want to be on the podcast. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah.
But
it was fun.
They booked the room for us. We told them, hey, it's 6 of us in the room. If you can give us a couple beds, that'd be great. But beggars can't be choosers.
No.
And I told Natalie, we're bringing the RV, so I'll just sleep in the RV if I need to. But we ended up with one king size bed.
Yeah, one king size bed, which was fine because then me and Wes and both boys could all fit in the bed without being smushed. But then there was nothing for the girls. So we called down and we're like, can we get a cot? And they brought a cot up. So Willow slept on the cot. And then there was like this kind of a cushy office chair, not office chair.
Like a corner chair you'd have in the living room.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was
doesn't recline or anything.
Yeah, it doesn't recline, but it had cushions, so it wasn't like hard. And Lana slept on that the first night, and then she decided, I'm gonna put the blankets down and just sleep on the floor. And I think she slept better on the floor than in the chair. Which
she thought the chair was cool the first night, but then I think she realized she couldn't roll over or anything.
She woke up the next morning and she woke up like an old woman, like like
she wanted to sleep there.
Yes. So the next 2 nights she slept on the floor.
And the poor thing, she can't sleep with Willow on the cot. They could both cuddle up, but Lana sleeps sideways and throws punches in her sleep, so nobody wants to sleep with her.
No.
And she sleeps sideways.
And I don't think they would have. That would have been it was a twin bed. It might have been smaller than a twin bed.
And I told him that I was going to the party room afterwards, and I'd probably show up at 3, 4 in the morning. So maybe I'll sleep in the RV. And every night I just snuck in and climbed in bed.
Yeah, you're fine.
It was fun. I didn't wake anybody up.
Yeah. Yeah, and Willow, she actually slept in the bed with me and the boys on
The last night.
the last 2 nights, but before you got back, the first night she got in her own bed.
Oh,
But the next night she stayed in our bed until you got back.
because I was
I thought
surprised.
she was leaving, but she just got up.
I thought I was
back.
gonna have to sleep on the cot when I walked in there, and she was asleep. Who's been sleeping in my side of the bed?
But she got up and moved?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
But I was brushing my
So.
teeth, and she got up and left.
Oh, okay.
But Lana at one of the gala shows, I guess it was the Friday night show.
Yeah.
There was a Thursday night show, a Friday night show. They did things different this year, and then the gala, which was a variety show, was Saturday night. On the Friday night show, Natalie and Lana got caught out of the audience, and I'm videotaping, taking pictures. I'm like, yes,
So
yes,
yeah.
go girls, yeah.
So here's the thing: the guy wanted a kid. Looks out in the audience. Lana's the only kid. The only kid. Now, if it had been the Saturday night one, there was families that came there, but that night it was just Lana. And he said, "Okay, I need you to come up." And she's like, and he's like, "I need you to pick anybody else in the audience." And I just looked at her and like, because she's not gonna pick a stranger to go with her. I know she's gonna pick me. So
I think the guy knew
went.
that too, though. I think the guy knew that. I think if you call a kid out of the audience and say pick
Yeah,
anybody else,
he's gonna
they're
pick
gonna pick
mom.
your mom.
More than likely, yeah. Somebody they know. So up we went, and he did a whole
He did an egg bag routine. And if you don't know an egg bag, you show a bag empty and you produce an egg, make it disappear, produce it, make it disappear.
Yeah.
The same egg just keeps vanishing, but you can show the egg empty, hit it, it's gone.
But one of the last times he did it, he said the way to make the egg appear is to go, and he did a chicken thing, and it made the egg appear. So then the next time he was like, "Okay, Lana, you had to make it appear. You had to do it." And she just, she went in on herself. She didn't want to do it. Not at all. So the guy made me do it because I wanted to do it. I didn't, but I did it anyway.
I was in the back of the room saying, "Come on, girl. I'll do it for you. Come on, Lana. Would that help?" Lana was like, "No, shut up, Dad."
Yeah. So Lana was in the middle, and the guy was on one side of her, and I'm on the other, and we're both clucking like a chicken, acting like we're laying an egg. And it's so not planned, but it was funny because that last balk, we both leaned in toward her, and I did it because I'm like, if I'm having to do this, I'm going to embarrass my kid. And he just did it to do it, and it looked planned, but it was not planned because I'd never met the guy in my life. So, but it worked out well. And yeah, so
Afterwards,
I got to be a chicken.
people were coming up to us. I thought Lana was in the show. What?
Yeah, the guy
That
asked
killed
her.
me. That killed me.
The guy asked her, he said, "Is this your first time being on stage?" And I couldn't contain myself. I was like, no, like I just laughed and said no. But she's at a stage where she's shy. When she's on stage with us, she knows what she's supposed to do. She smiles, she does it. She's pleasant. She looks confident.
It's scripted. It's all scripted.
Right. She knows what she has to do, and she does it. But going up on stage in front of all these people that she doesn't know, not knowing what she's gonna do, she's shy. And when you're talking to her one-on-one, she's shy. I've had to have a conversation with her about, okay, people talking to you, you don't look at the floor and mumble. You look them in the eye and you speak clearly to them.
Some lady at church called her out on it. She's like,
no.
"Say that again." And she made her shake her hand again.
I made her shake her hand again. Lana gave her one of these. And I said, "Oh, try that again, Lana. That's not a handshake." And so I think when she heard me say that and had her shake her hand again and Lana mumbled, she said, "What was that?" Just to kind of help. Okay. But no, yes. And so that day after church, I said, "Lana, give me a handshake." And I taught her how to do a proper handshake. And here I was trying to tell her, look, I know we're not all confident. We're not all comfortable talking to strangers, but you put forth the image that you're confident. You just act like you're confident and eventually it'll come. And for the rest of the convention, when people talked to her, she looked them in the eye and she responded.
That's good.
Yes.
Because she lost her sunglasses in Cancun. And I said, go to the concierge and ask them if they have a lost and found. I don't know those people. I don't know. You think I know them? I don't know them either, Lana. No.
Right. Oh, she didn't get something. Oh, we were on vacation. I said, if you want it, you'll ask for it. She didn't
Just
want
a
it bad.
drink or something.
She didn't want it bad enough, so she didn't get it because she wouldn't ask for it. I told her to say, you have to ask the person.
I'm making a note right now. 7 sevens.
Oh,
But
yeah.
go ahead.
But anyway, so yeah, she was very Skeeter in here. She's at that stage where she's just shy. If she doesn't have it planned on stage and know what she's going to do, she's shy. When she's talking one-on-one, she's shy. When she's in front of a crowd and knows exactly what she's supposed to do, she's totally fine, confident, smiling from ear to ear.
You say she's at that stage. She's been like that since she was 4, though. People ask her to sign autographs after the show, and she would do it, but she wouldn't have conversations with them. And we've always said, well, that's not scripted. She does good before the show and after. But now that she's 11, almost 12, people expect more from her.
Well,
I think that's the
and
thing.
people were talking to her after the Ray show, and she was speaking. She was talking back.
Well, that's been a week later. That's been 2 weeks later.
Okay,
Maybe she's working on it.
I'm just saying, from my selling area, I looked over. I don't know what she was saying.
That was a theater show. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This past Saturday. Anyway, moving on. We can't spend the whole.
No, that's all right. That's all right. So, the girls, you revived the girls or relieve the girls and let them go swimming.
Yes. So I felt like they had been in the hotel room, especially Willow. So Lana would come down and watch the evening shows with us, but the boys won't sit and watch shows. So
and Willow's shy. Willow doesn't like being around crowds. Willow didn't want to see a magic show.
So she was in the hotel room. I felt like 24/7, and they had a pool and it was still open. It was outdoors and it was warm outside. It was hot outside. So I told them, I said, Sunday or Saturday, go. There was nothing for me to go down and watch. There was nothing for me to do until till we had dinner Saturday evening. So I told them, go have fun. And I told them what time to be back by. They came back before that time so they'd have enough time to shower and everything. And yeah, they had fun playing in the pool. And I just want to give them a break, get them out of the hotel room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you never got when you went there.
No.
The pool was never open when you were there.
The pool was not open. I brought my stuff to take Lana, but it was not open.
Yeah. We got to have dinner with Wilma, Scotty's wife, and her daughter and her daughter's husband. And Wilma hadn't met the babies because of COVID and all that jazz that's been going on.
Yeah, we had them during COVID, so she didn't get to see him. And then she moved in with her daughter. And they live in New York, right? Yeah. So.
And then you didn't bring them last year when they came to see me.
Mm-mm.
So this is the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and Wilma was over there talking to him and having a good time. And she had on like an Apple Watch. And Lex was playing. I said, Wilma, it's never going to be the same. She goes, oh, all right.
They push buttons on the Apple Watches like crazy, man. But Scotty was a magician friend of mine, and I loved him so much. He was like a dad to me. And Wilma was like a mom to me. She was awesome, and I love them. And they moved away, and only get to see him once a year, maybe a couple phone calls here and there. But we love you guys.
Yeah, it was fun catching up. And I got to meet Susan in person for the first time. I met her over FaceTime.
Oh, wow.
I met her over FaceTime when you were there, but I've never met her in person before. So, and
Isn't that weird?
She's really sweet.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
she is. So we got to perform at MAES this year, which was weird. All right, let me tell you a couple things about this. I'm taking pictures. I'm running around like a chick with my head cut off. I don't take a break. I'm running, taking pictures of lectures. In between lectures, I'm taking pictures of the dealer room. I'm taking pictures of people practicing and in the hallways, just hanging out, because it's all memories of that year.
Right.
I usually take 1,200 photos in 3 days. That's a lot of pictures. And when we're performing, most of the acts are backstage. I couldn't be. I had to take pictures. You and Lana actually watched the show, so you're out in the audience. And then I threw the camera at somebody else when we were on stage. And it was just, and then it's not our show. We just have a spot. And we had planned on doing a couple tricks. And I was going to do my flip trick with 5 people because it's faster. It eliminates them faster. And I don't want to be the guy that goes over my time dramatically. They give you 15 minutes and you do 45. We've been to those conventions and everybody talks bad about that magician. He doesn't know what he's doing. I know what I'm doing. I know how to say to a time. But what do? I feel, and I haven't watched the video. I kind of watched a couple minutes of it. I feel like I was really rushing. I feel like I was talking a million miles a minute when I was on stage.
I didn't notice that in person. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
when you watch the video, you'll feel like you were, but it didn't seem like it.
And
to
it
me.
might just be subconscious that I'm on a timer.
Right.
I don't
'Cause it's
have that
not-
in my show. It's my
not
show.
Normal. Yeah, it's not normal. We usually have a full show. We know exactly what we're doing, and
Well, when you put
I
Flip
mean-
in with the entire audience, that piece alone can take 12 minutes. I mean, on Fool Us, it took 8 minutes, but they edited it down. When you have a room of 500 people, it could take a while.
it can take a while, or it can be really fast. It just all depends.
So I was scared when they said, no, you have to do the full stage version. And Natalie wanted to see the full audience,
yeah.
like I did for
And
Fool
I
Us.
think the magicians in the audience
They loved it.
want to see the full audience.
And
I don't think they want to see the 5 people. Like, that's a great idea for other shows and other times, but I think they all know you went on Fool Us and did it with a full audience. I want to see that live in person.
And the
Yeah.
audience, you felt the energy in the room change when I did the Fool Us thing, man. I
Yeah.
mean, it was good. It was good. I mean,
Yeah.
you really
See?
felt him step up.
You're welcome.
Well, she made me do it too. She was
I said, he was like,
the
"You
stage
don't wanna do this?"
producer and Natalie
No.
were telling
Yes.
me I had to do that.
I was glad he agreed with
But
me.
I was just worried. I didn't want to go with my time. Already, they brought me up stage and said, "Hey, this is the new president. Everybody, Wes Iseli. I have to make a speech. I do all that." Then they bring me back on, and now I go 45 minutes. I don't want to do that. I don't want it to be all
Right.
about me.
And you
It's
didn't.
not my show.
But you didn't.
I
You
don't
did
want to be Mr.
absolutely fine.
Ego. I'm trying to.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you didn't. You were fine.
So I was in my head worried about that, though, I think.
Yeah, but I think we were good.
But we had a blast. It was
Yeah.
fun. It was awesome.
It was fun.
Everything
And
went
the
well.
boys got to take a final bow, which I think everybody loved, because they didn't get to see much of the boys over the weekends because there's not much for them to go to. So we brought them down a little bit to walk around and meet people, but
And
too long.
with the final bow, we got
Oh,
a.
standing ovation.
There you go. That
That's
makes it all worthwhile right there.
That was very sweet.
And here's the weird thing: you really usually don't get standing ovations in the middle of a show.
Yeah, no, that's
It's
true.
usually saved for the last act.
That's very true. Yeah, you're right.
So that's
I
pretty
never thought about
awesome.
that.
That's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. It was awesome. We got to work with John Armstrong. We got to work with Patrick Cuffs. We got to work with Paco de la Luz. We got to work with Craig Diamond. That nut. It was a fun show. It was a great show. And I stayed up till like 6 a.m. that last night.
On Saturday night, he stayed up till 6. He didn't get back in the room till 6 a.m. And so I woke up at 5, and I didn't really go back to sleep very well because I was like, I thought he was gonna be back by like 4, and you weren't back. And I was like, do I call him?
I said I'm not worried.
I don't want to
Usually,
be nagger.
usually 3, 4, 5, 6, somewhere in there, I'll go back to bed because
I don't think
Excuse
you've
me.
ever been out till 6.
I have to get up and drive the next day.
Yeah.
Well, I told everybody I can stay up tonight. Natalie's driving home. I have nothing to worry about. So I had no worries.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good.
And it kind of backfired. I couldn't sleep in the RV on the way home. And I had to get ready. I started teaching magic classes for a couple of homeschool schools that I work for. So I had to prepare for that.
Because we came home on Sunday. He had his first classes on that Monday.
And then Tuesday, we
He left on vacation.
We had to get everything together, get the animals fed, get packed, get repacked, get all that stuff done.
We left on Tuesday. We got up at
So it was all
2:30
Monday.
in the morning.
So it was
on
all
Tuesday.
Monday then.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
Because we were at the
way
airport by
too tight. I
4
thought it
a.m.
would be
on Tuesday.
fine. It'll be fine, honey. All we do is do this. It was way too tight. Next time we have
Well,
a couple days in the middle, please.
Yeah, I told Wes, I said, I guess if we go next year, we're just going to start vacation on Wednesday instead of Tuesday. Because we've been doing Tuesday through Tuesday with the MAES thing. And he's never complained because he'll just come home, throw a couple things in a suitcase and be fine. But the big difference is me. I'm the person that does all the laundry and 90% of the packing. And I had Monday to do it all.
So you had to do the laundry from the convention?
From the convention, especially for the boys. Yes. And then I had to pack everything all on Monday. When we got home Sunday, I did try and put I think I got one load of laundry in, but I think I did most of it on Monday. And then I packed everything on Monday. And then, I mean, I was overwhelmed. I mean, I had to get up, you have to switch over the voicemail. So it says, hey, we're not in the office. Give us a little extra time. You got to put on the email thing. Hey, we're on the vacation mode thing. So they get an automatic response while you're gone. Which I guess I could have set up before we left for MAES, but I didn't think about it.
I had to get home and edit the MAES podcast and get that out and get it out to the YouTube channel and get it out to Red Coral Universe. And then I had to do another podcast and get it. I had to do 2 podcasts while we were gone.
That should have been already done. I think you already had that one done.
Okay. And then I had to do a Magiclife vlog and get that up and out and send that to everybody. Right. Schedule that and get everything. It was a lot of work.
It's getting office work done, and I was checking in. This is me going on vacation next week. So let me check in with every single one of my clients this week and have a phone call with them on Monday. So anyway, there's me. So that on top of packing and making sure everybody has their passports and getting all their itinerary together and checking in.
It was a lot.
Checking in online before you go. Great. It saves us time at the airport, but I didn't realize how long it was going to take on the computer. I'm like, well, I'm already invested now. It can't be that much longer. 10 minutes later. It cannot be that much longer. 10 minutes later. Holy crap. When is this going to be over?
Where was I at when you were doing that?
Classes.
Okay.
So anyway, and then just trying to catch everything up, make sure everything was fine in the office, get everything,
So this is a note for us for the future. We need an extra day at least.
Yes, we're going to do Wednesday through Wednesday. That'll help. So. And then Lana wanted to pack all on her own. And so then I'm going through a checklist with her. You packed underwear. You packed your bathing suits. You packed your sun hat. You packed your toiletries. You packed this. You packed that. You packed this. You packed that. And I'm going back later. Did I ask you if you packed underwear? And instead of just, which I get it. Feels like she's old enough to pack for herself. But then if we get to Cancun and she's forgotten all of her underwear, who's going to feel bad? Well, she is, because she doesn't have any underwear and she's going to chafe. But I am, because she doesn't have any underwear, and darn it, I should just pack for her.
So, 2 in the mornings when we had to leave to be there, 4?
Yeah. So I think we left by 2. No, we got up at 2. We got up at 2 so we could leave by 3 so we could get there at 4 because our plane took off at 7.
So I just said, I'm not going to go to sleep. Why? I have so much to do. And then at 1 o'clock in the morning, I crawl into bed.
Yeah. I think I got in bed a half hour before you.
It was brutal.
Yep.
And the boys, they were wide awake. We got them up at 2 in the morning.
They weren't happy at first. They were not happy at first, but then they got over it.
We got in the van.
Got in the car and
they watched lights go by because it's not blocked off. They can, where they were sitting in the van, they could see the cars in front of us. When they're in the RV, Willow's got all the lights turned off and all the shades drawn. They can't see the other cars. So they were excited to see something happening. Yeah. And we were going through downtown Richmond, so they got to see some lights.
Yeah.
But they got in the airport. They were great. Gotten everything. Everything was great. Customs, everything was great. And then got in the airplane. Tried out their new headphones. This is the first time they've kept their headphones on. Yeah, last year they refused to wear them. They have over-the-ear headphones, and they will plug into the airplane so they can watch the movies that are on the airplane. And last year they wanted nothing to do with them. So we had to put videos on an iPad and just have sound up, but not too up because you don't want to bug people. But this year we tried it, and they both sat there with their headphones on, watching the TV and sucking on lollipops as we took off so their ears wouldn't pop. They did great. They did great. Yes. There was some snafus, and I think I'm going to save all that for the Patreon extra for this episode. Oh, okay. We'll just talk only snafus because I don't want to be negative. Yeah. But there was some stuff that happened, and Patreon extra people, you get to hear those stories. Okay. We're going to go a little negative, but really not much. But not really. We're just going to tell you some stories. Yeah. But the boys did great for overall. I mean,
Yeah.
Our villa, we get to our hotel, and we couldn't get a regular room this year. They wouldn't give us a regular room because it was too many people.
Right. So we had to get a villa, and I'm like, this will be fun. It's 3 floors, 3 bedrooms.
And what it cost, $10 extra?
Yeah, it wasn't that much more than a regular room, and it was awesome. Beach, you could see the beach right outside. You had,
You had a backyard and bushes,
you had
and then
backyard
sand.
and bushes, and then you have 2 balconies on the floors above, the 2 floors above. The girls shared a room. They wanted to share a room that had 2 beds in it. Originally we were thinking, well, we'll put the boys in one room and just put the mattress down on the floor and just let them sleep in a room. But then it just ended up being easier to just have them sleep with us because
we had a king size bed.
Yeah, it was a huge bed.
And
it seemed bigger than a king size bed, honestly. It was, I don't know what it was, but it was huge.
California king.
Oh no, it was huge.
And it was marble floors everywhere. So if they did fall out of the bed,
it would hurt.
It would have done some damage.
Yeah.
So,
but it was so pretty. You have
nobody slept on the top floor. Top floor, the only thing got used on the top floor. I think Willow showered up there while Lana showered in the middle floor, just for time's sake.
Yeah, and the balcony.
And then the balcony.
Yeah. But yeah, the first floor you walk in, there's a little half bath to use, and there's a little kitchen, a little area to eat, and a living room for everybody to hang out in.
You said little kitchen? That kitchen was as big as my old house. I mean, it was a regular kitchen.
It's a regular kitchen.
It's like an apartment kitchen.
Yeah.
It's not small.
Yeah.
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 You go to these places like Myrtle Beach and they say it has a kitchen.
And it's just a little nook.
Right.
Yeah. No, this was a kitchen.
Yeah.
And then you go up to the next floor and
wait a second, you had the kitchen, then you had the dining room, then you had the living room.
I already said that.
Oh, okay.
Then you go up to the next floor and you had it was a big room, and Wes and I took this room. It's a big room with king size bed, balcony looking at the ocean, and then a bathroom. And then you walk down the hall to the other side. So that was the girls' room. They had their own bathroom and 2 beds. And they were looking out the back of the house, so they didn't have a view of the ocean. They had a view of the parking lot. But then you go up the next flight of steps, and the room wasn't quite as big, but it had a huge king bed. It had a really nice balcony that had loungers you could lay down
and I
on.
think they had the best bathroom on the top floor.
And then it had a nice sized bathroom.
I love that bathroom up there.
Yeah, it was a nice sized bathroom up there. So it was really nice. I really liked it. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like a rich person.
But the other thing was, so all inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Natalie says we become alcoholics 1 week a year.
1 week a year.
We had mimosas every morning for breakfast.
Yes, we did.
That was a tradition from when we got married.
Yeah.
We would get a mimosa. What is it called?
A pitcher of
mimosas and Alaskan waffles. And Alaskan waffles.
Yeah.
If you don't know what an Alaskan waffle is, it's like
the
some
owner
kind of filling.
of the restaurant knew us by the end of our week.
It was some kind of filling, like strawberry or whatever, waffles with vanilla ice cream on top of it. Oh, yeah. It's so good. It's so bad for you. It's so good.
Yeah, so
but that's what we had on our honeymoon.
Yeah.
And so this time, they said,
if you want fit when we came home from our honeymoon.
If you want anything sent to your room, I mean, they have a buffet open all the time. They have a sushi restaurant that's open. They had
sushi was by the pools that you could go get.
But they had 2 buffets.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had that beachfront restaurant we ate at on the first night.
Yeah.
Then they had a Brazilian place, a restaurant, fancy.
That you make reservations for.
And then they had the Mona Lisa place that was really fancy. You had to make reservations for.
Yeah, Da Vinci, but yes.
And then,
well, they did have a Mona Lisa. I see where you got that from.
And then, still, if that's not enough, and they have 6 different bars, if that's not enough, you can get room service. But room service is going to cost you $5.
$5. It's a delivery fee. The food is free. It just takes $5 to get delivered to your room.
So anytime we got delivered to our room, it's 6 of us. It took 2 people carrying trays to our room.
Yeah.
So for breakfast, we were getting waffles. We were getting pancakes. We were getting French toast.
French toast.
Mimosas, sodas.
The boys would
hot
have 2
chocolates,
servings of you
and omelets.
get bacon. Yeah.
Hash browns. A pound of bacon. We had a basket of muffins and donuts.
Yeah.
And bread.
Yeah. Willow wanted to order sweet rolls, so we got sweet rolls. And instead of just they brought sweet rolls, but then they also brought toast, and they brought muffins, and they brought. I mean, above and beyond sweet rolls.
Cost us $5.
$5.
And then we tipped the people too, but
Yeah.
and they were like, "Oh, this doesn't pay for it. This is just a tip. What are you doing? Yeah, we're tipping you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much."
Yeah.
But we did that a lot.
Yeah, we did that for breakfast every morning.
We never went to the buffet for breakfast.
Not for breakfast.
We have no idea what they had.
We went to the buffet the first or second night for dinner. I just think
the problem with the restaurants
it wasn't about the food.
It's like 6 different restaurants, and they only had 3 high chairs for all 6 restaurants.
Right.
So when you had both babies, they would give us 1 high chair, and then it was like 15, 20-minute wait for the other high chair.
So, somebody's waiting to eat because they're waiting for high chair.
So,
no lap.
One night I was like, I figured it out. We'll go to the buffet tonight. You guys just go walk around the pool. They had vendors out there that was selling their T-shirts and hats and knickknacks. Yeah. You guys just go shopping at the vendors, and I'll go in there and I'll just go ahead and secure us a table. And I said, "Hey, I need 2 high chairs and a table for 6." And they said, 2 high chairs. Where's your kids? Where's your people? They're coming. No, they're walking. Both the manager and the hostess walked outside to make sure. Why would I make that up?
I know. What are you gonna do with 2 high chairs?
It was the weirdest thing. Like, I don't trust you.
I want a big table and 2 high chairs all for myself. Like.
And it wasn't like the place was packed.
Yeah, no.
It made no sense.
It was never really. It didn't seem like it was ever really packed.
We were on an off season though. We're there in September.
That's very true.
But
yeah.
But that was weird.
We went there a few times, and then they had Mexican Independence Day one night, and we ate.
How long did it take to get the high chairs there? Because you got to bring them downstairs.
We only ever got 1 high chair, and the other kid sat in a chair.
It was crazy.
Thankfully, I think it was Julian that sat in the chair, and he
did good.
He did good.
But there's also a show going on and dinner and all that jazz.
Yeah, there's a lot to distract him, and yummy food.
But still, we're drinking and we're having fun, and desserts are flowing. Everybody's having a good time, and I'm ordering. We don't know alcohol. Like,
oh, right.
We drink on vacation.
I need a drink menu if I'm going to order anything besides a strawberry daiquiri or a Bahama Mama.
And we don't know Spanish, so it's not like we can say, "Hey, can you make her something fruity? Do you recommend anything?" and have a conversation. Right. We have to do it on Google and show it to them. Yeah, talk back and forth. It's complicated.
So I just kind of stuck to those 2 drinks.
So she got those 2 drinks the whole time, and I'm like, well, you know what? I love coconut, so I kept getting coconut rum and Coke, or I kept getting.
Malibu Bay Breeze.
The Malibu Bay Breeze with a coconut rum, and then I got pina coladas, coconut.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's change it up for dinner time. I don't want coconut at dinner time. Give me a 7 and 7. Natalie, I'm gonna go up to the buffet. I'll get the kids taken care of. And she told the guy 7-7. I don't know what that is. Well, it's Seagram 7 and 7 Up. Can you do that? Or?
And he was like, "Oh, 7. Okay, great." I thought he got it.
The first night we got it.
The first night. Yes.
And then the next night we went to the buffet, and I said, that was at the Brazilian place.
The first night he wrote it down, and then he went away, and then he came back. He was like, "Oh, we don't know what a 7 and 7 is." And so I explained it, and he came back with the correct drink. The second time, though, again,
drinks took forever.
He went up to get food for the boys and himself, and I was ordering everybody drinks because Lana and Willow went up together, and then he went up to get food for himself and for the boys.
And I think drinks are usually at the table by the time I'm back from the buffet. They're really good, and on top of it, this night it took 20 minutes.
Yeah, because he came back, he's like, "You ordered drinks, right?" I said, "Yeah, I ordered drinks." And so then he went back to get himself stuff while I started feeding the boys.
And food and drinks.
And he came back from his side. He's like, "You said you ordered the drinks, right?" I was like, "Yeah." And then he finally comes with the drinks. Go ahead, honey.
He's got a tray, and he hands me a 7-Up, and then another 7-Up, and on the third 7-Up, because they don't look dark at all. They don't look dark at all. They're just 7-Ups. And on the third, because I'm like, it's not. Boy, they didn't put much alcohol in it at all. There's no color to it because it looks like tea a little bit when it has the liquor in it.
Yeah, I was thinking, did they put vodka in it? Maybe they put vodka in it.
And I'm like,
why are they giving him a second one
and a third?
And there's like, what?
And then I look at his tray and I'm doing the math. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Natalie. And did I say something or did I laugh? What did I do?
You kind of chuckled and you said, "Oh, no.
I can't drink all this.
Can't drink all these." You said, "You want 7-7-Ups, right?" No, 7 and 7 is a drink. You have Seagram 7 and 7-Up.
And he was embarrassed and he kind of walked away. Like, yeah, he took the drinks and
he kind of chuckled.
I am one of those people that if I get something on the buffet, I at least want to make it look like I attempted. I want to have 75, 90% of it done. If you put 4 drinks in front of me and that's what you're giving me, I don't want to leave them on the table. What a waste.
Yeah.
I can't drink 7-Ups. I can't do it.
Mm-mm.
So he goes over there and I'm so sorry. And did he give me a 7-7?
He goes back to the bar and he comes back and he was just laughing and he brought it,
He did give me a 7-7 eventually.
Yeah.
But and then the bartender's laughing his butt off. He's the one that made them. And then the manager comes over and I'm like, oh no, he's gonna yell at me. I can't drink all the sodas. Or he's gonna yell at the guy because the guy's wasting product.
Right.
And the manager comes over there and the manager has tears going down his eyes. He's just laughing. They don't care. They don't care about
the money. Hilarious. Yeah. So
that was pretty funny. So I got 7-Ups.
Yeah.
So room service. We got breakfast room service. At the other resort, Natalie got in the habit of they would open up a late night dining thing.
Yeah, you had to go out and have, they had
burgers and fries.
And I was like, I want some fries. And then they had fries you could eat on the beach. I take off from health coaching. So don't even look at me in the light of a health coach when I'm on vacation. Okay. Forget that I'm a health coach because I was on vacation. When I come back, that hat comes back on. But on vacation, I'm making some choices not to eat healthy.
Have you got back to your weight though?
I don't know.
I have. I gained 10 pounds in that 1 week and I lost it. It was just water weight. It's alcohol and carbs and we peed them out and worked them off and we're back to normal.
No, I feel fine now though. Like,
I was tired. I was lethargic
and everything.
I was lethargic. Yeah.
Bloated.
I was pulling at my clothes.
Yeah. I was ready to be back to eating right. But anyway, I wanted some fries. So they had fries you could order on the late night menu. So I ordered fries.
But you also ordered burgers.
And ice cream. I had a burger that was for dinner. When we ordered in dinner once.
Okay.
And I ordered a burger. And it was just okay. So
yeah. But then we got in the habit of ordering late night, so we'd have ice cream.
Yeah, we did it like 3 nights. The last 3 nights.
It's $5.
Right.
You get as much as you want.
Yeah.
So doesn't matter.
The second night we ordered though, they were like, what color is your bracelet? Because if you're old enough to drink, you have a different color bracelet than kids who can't drink.
And we weren't ordering alcohol. We were just ordering junk.
Right. But I think he was making sure that it wasn't kids just ordering and their parents not knowing about it, I assume.
Well, they asked us that when we ordered late night, because every time we weren't ordering alcohol. We were ordering ice cream and French fries and junk food.
Cookies for the boys. Yeah.
And cake.
Yeah, you had cake one time. Yeah. Yeah.
So it was just junk.
Yep.
But also I go. I don't like to sit around and read a book on vacation. I like to go. Well,
I never grabbed the book.
Because of the boys though, when we get home after dinner, I couldn't watch TV. The kids are running around acting crazy. I couldn't hear the TV. There wasn't anything to do. So
Lana asked you to play cards.
Looking forward to more junk food coming was my only thing I could do. I didn't want to go upstairs and watch TV without you guys.
Yeah,
I didn't want to sit on the porch.
With me and Lana. We played cards that one night.
I was doing something. I was playing on the internet or something.
Probably.
But
you can do that anytime.
Yeah, but anyway.
But talking about the boys, last year when we took them to the beach, just checking to see how much time we had. Last year when we took them to the beach, they did not want to put their toes in the sand. They didn't want anything to do with it. So we put them on the beach loungers and put sand up on the beach lounger, and that is the only way they played in the sand. By the end of the week, they were kind of walking around the beach loungers, and that was pretty much it. Take them to the water, they screamed, they didn't want anything to do with it. Take them into the pool, they did not have a good time doing that either. They clung just so hard to whoever was holding them in the water. This year, very first day, Julian is out at the ocean, ready to get in. He got in the water. It took Lex until the second day to get into the ocean, but he was fine in the pool the first day. But they were out there playing in the sand, playing at the waves. Julian got in the ocean, then Lex got in the ocean. They both ended up loving it so much that we took them out past the breaking waves, out into the ocean, just, stood with them, going up and over the waves, and they loved it. And Lex ended up loving it so much that when we would bring him in, he would have a total hissy fit because he was not ready to leave the water.
And we didn't bring their life preservers down. So we're holding them and doing all the work the whole time.
Right.
And they're actually pushing away from us. Like, no, I got it. No, you don't. You can't swim. But
right.
they loved it so much. They didn't want to be on top of us.
Right.
They wanted freedom, but they couldn't have it. They would drown.
Right. So then we started bringing out the swimmies and putting their little vests on. And then you could hold them both and it wasn't killing you. And they were kind of floating. Julian still wanted to be left alone in the ocean, but he couldn't quite keep himself up. Lex still wanted to be held. Now in the pool, Julian was like, I got this. And he totally did with his swimmy on. He was just treading water and just, I'm all on my own.
You see his little feet running. You see his little feet running.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
It was really cute. And he just wanted to play in the water and splash and do all his stuff by himself. He didn't, I mean, you could come and talk to him, play with him, but he didn't want you to hold him. He wanted to do it all on his own.
Big difference.
Yeah.
Huge difference.
Huge difference. And so much more fun. Yeah. So much more fun.
And they listened. So they'd run right down. We'd order drinks as soon as we got to the beach. We'd sit back and just have a drink. And while I'm waiting on my drinks to come and I'm sipping on my drink, they were just sitting right next to the water. They'd sit down. They'd just play in the sand and let the waves come on their legs.
Mm-hmm.
And they listened. They didn't go in the water. They listened.
Right.
They did great. I was really
and
proud.
Lana and I went out there and Wes decided he just wanted to take a nap on the lounger, which was fine. It's vacation. You can do that. So
I was
went
also
down,
drunk from the mimosas and the the strawberry daiquiris.
And Willow decided she didn't want, it was a day that she didn't feel like getting in the water. And so Lana and I went down to the beach and the boys came with us. And I can't take both boys past the breaking waves by myself. And I wasn't putting that on Lana either. So I was like, well, we're not going to go deep. So Lana and I sat on the edge of the water where the waves were coming in. We started building a sandcastle, very makeshift because neither one of us are great at it. We did the best we could. And the boys would actually go into the water. But when I said, that's far enough, they'd stop. And they just stand there. And then they come back out. And they go back in and say, don't go any further. And they'd stop. So I think I had to get up once because somebody, I can't remember who, tried to go in a little too deep. And it worried me. But that was it. It was just once I had to get up and chase after him.
Big difference. Big difference.
Yeah.
But
so much fun.
But we had fun. We didn't do any excursions this year just because the boys' age.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to take the stroller to Chichen Itza or to some,
yeah, and they're not going to want to walk.
We couldn't figure out an excursion that would work for all six of us to do.
A lot of them that I saw had like, you'll go here and you'll go snorkeling. Well, who's going to sit out and watch the boys?
Right.
You know what I mean? And why pay to go on this excursion that has half of it snorkeling and you're paying for somebody to just sit and watch the boys?
So we didn't do an excursion this year, but we had fun. We got to hang out. We went to lunch with David McGee.
Mm-hmm. And his wife, and we met his wife.
We got to meet his wife.
Out with her. She's really sweet. I like her a lot.
Had a blast with him. Man, I love that guy. We got to do some fun stuff, but we just didn't go on an excursion. We had a great vacation.
We went out a couple times and went shopping.
Went to the flea market.
Yeah.
Did some shopping.
Looked around and
we had a great time.
Got a hat. See, representing.
We had a great time.
We did. It was nice.
We have like 12 minutes left, Natalie.
Okay.
The boys had their birthday party.
Yeah. So we got home from Cancun, and then that following Sunday, we had almost fell off a chair.
Our brand new
24th.
chair. She's breaking it already. We just got these brand new chairs.
The
She said they're comfy.
24th
They're
was
good.
Sunday, and so we didn't have any shows, so we had their birthday party that day, and then yesterday, 25th, is their actual birthday. So we had a party the day before their birthday, turning 3, and we did Toy Story, and we had a happy birthday banner, and all sorts of balloons, and I made a number 3 cake. And we used the yellow, and then blue border, like what Toy Story does.
I'll put a picture on the Facebook.
And then I made cupcakes as well, since it was a party. You have to have enough for everybody. And half the cupcakes I made Woody style, half the cupcakes I made Buzz style. And then Lana made cute marshmallow aliens, like the little aliens on Toy Story.
They were not only cute, they were yummy.
They were adorable. She got so many comments on them, on how awesome they were. She did a really good job.
Check out the podcast Facebook group. I'm going to put pictures from MAES, from our vacation, and from the kids' birthday party.
Yeah. I think they really had a good time. They had a blast. And I love that people came out and just love our kids.
Yeah. They racked up too. They got so many presents.
They got so many presents. I have thank you letters to write. And they have a wardrobe now. A winter wardrobe, which is awesome. I just have to, like, seriously, I have to buy a couple things and that's it. It's awesome.
We did the Luray Performing Arts Center. I'm just trying to wrap things up real quick. The only thing negative about Luray Performing Arts Center is when they say it's a performing arts center, I thought it was bigger than just a black box. It was pretty much just a black box.
But it was a sold out black box.
Well, it was sold out. It was awesome. I'm saying that's negative because we didn't bring our front curtains.
And they didn't have curtains.
We could have brought a little makeshift front curtain set that we have, but we made it work.
Yeah, it was fine.
We made it work.
Yep.
But that was the only thing. And I couldn't wheel the illusions off stage when we weren't using them because there was no off stage. But I had our mechanic, our auto mechanic that works on our RV, he showed up. So while you were selling merchandise, he helped me get them off the stage and put in the back room.
Nice.
So
that was nice of him.
But I mean, my face was on a billboard. They have electronic digital billboard outside talking about the people. I was told that I was on the billboard, and I'm like, I want to see it. I put it on Facebook. Let me know if you guys go by that. Take a picture. No. And then after the show, I said, I'll take a picture of me like pointing to it. It was already gone after the show.
Yeah.
You know, those theaters do that every single time. After the show.
Fast, it's done.
As soon as the show's over, they don't advertise it anymore. They're on to the next gig.
It's done.
Every theater does that. Yeah. It's like, tag on it. Because when we do
a picture, get it beforehand.
When we do Arlington Draft Towns, we're like, it'll look good at nighttime with the lights turned on and glowing. It'll look great.
There. It's not there anymore.
It's already to the next comedian or whoever.
But the kids had a great, huge green room that they got to run around in and play in.
It turned out good.
Yeah. And
for the kids' birthday party, I ended up making balloon animals for people.
Dude, so that we did that illusion show. Awesome. Great audience. Another standing ovation.
We did. Whoa. We did 2 shows that day. We did a church show that morning and got a standing ovation.
Yep. So we're just racking them all up.
The past 3 shows.
So, but we got home. We didn't get out of there until 11:30. It takes 2 hours to get home. We got home at 1:30 in the morning. Party starts at 2 o'clock the next day. So I had to make the cake and the cupcakes that night so that they were cool enough to be able to ice them that morning. So because I can't bake it and ice it and have it ready by.
I went to bed at 3. What time did you go to bed?
I went to bed at 4:30. So I made the cake. I made the cupcakes. I waited for them to cool so I could pack them up. But then I also made the Woody cupcakes had little chocolate hats on top. So I melted the chocolate and put them in molds and made those as well.
And the next morning we got up at 9. Mm-hmm. Willow helped us put up the banners and put the tablecloths out.
All the decorating that morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did all. Because at first I was like, well, I'll just go ahead and I'll put out the tablecloth and I'll get a couple things done. But by the time I finished what I had done, it was 4:30 in the morning. I was like, nope, I'll do it in the morning. And I was planning, I set my alarm for 10, but of course Julian woke up at 9, so might as well get up.
Did we take a nap after the party?
Yes.
We did. I thought we did. Yeah.
Slept hard.
But it was a
fun.
worldwide weekend. It's a whirlwind weekend.
Yeah.
But that's our lifestyle, man. We try to do as many shows as we can just to make money while it.
Yep.
Yeah. Make hay while the sun shines.
That's right.
And
you can sleep when you're dead.
You work the family events in, because if you don't work them in, you're not going to have them.
Right. And you want those memories, and you want your kids to have those memories, and it's worth it, and it was fun. And I know maybe people think, oh, she puts way too much. It's 3-year-old's birthday. Why does she care about how good the cupcakes and cake look and the decorations? They're never going to remember.
They look great.
But you know what? I'm going to.
Well, we take pictures and we videotape.
I don't know. I want it to be fun for everybody that comes. And Lana always asks if she can help with the cake for birthdays. And I'm like, nope, not at all. Not for her and not for the boys. That's me. That is, I don't know. That is my thing. I like making the cakes.
And you're not a cake boss. You're not a cake hero. You're not one of those people that sell cakes.
Not by any means. This was you have a pan that makes it into a 3 for you, and you pour the cake mix in there so that it gets into the shape of 3.
But it does all different numbers.
It does,
Yeah.
and letters. And then, yeah, I was going to try and do a picture of something or another, but we just got these little cute little Toy Story figurines. And so after it was iced, we just stuck a few of those in there, and that's how we did it.
And the boys got bicycles.
They got little balance bikes.
They got cell phones. Cell phones for $30 on Amazon.
They're not real cell phones.
They take pictures. They take video.
Yeah.
They have games. You can download like Sesame Street or movies onto it. It's pretty awesome.
But they don't have access to the internet, and they can't make phone calls.
Okay, but for $30,
I'm just
we got 2 of them.
Know.
We got 2 of them.
They're
it's
free.
pretty awesome.
It's not real cell phones, but I think they'll really like it because they like looking at our phones and trying to punch buttons.
All right, we have 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes. Happy birthday, boys.
Happy birthday, Julian. Happy birthday, Lex.
Now it's time to potty train.
Yeah. It is overwhelming. It is overwhelming.
So she said she'd start on Monday morning.
Yep. I did. I started on Monday morning, and I also started homeschool with Lana on Monday, and he was gone teaching classes at the homeschool group, magic classes.
So they're going to get it.
So
It's going to click. It's going to click right away because she says, go potty. And Lex, I saw Lex, today's Tuesday. I saw Lex pee in the potty, and he aimed it. He pushed it down and aimed it. He did great.
Awesome.
Told Julian, go pee on the potty, and Julian's looking at it and just starts peeing on the floor.
He peed on the potty, though. It got on the potty.
But he turned it on. He turned it on. So
he made the decision to pee on the floor.
Yes. So we're getting there.
And he's done that a couple times. And Lex has done that a couple times. So we're figuring it out. So sometimes they will sit on the potties, and we're like, yay, you're sitting on the potties. Now put pee in them. And they,
And one time today, we put them on the potty.
Sit on the potty.
But one time today, both of them put like one drip in. So they were like, everything they could do, Mom.
Yeah, we were like, yay!
But I didn't have to pee, Mom. I didn't have to pee, but that's everything I got.
Yeah.
That did great.
That's wonderful. So now if we can just be consistent, and I'm trying to put them on every, hour and a half, 2 hours. And I told Wes, we've only been doing, this is our second day. We've only been doing 2 days. But in those 2 days, they're real excited in the morning. Woohoo, potty time. By the time it's evening, they're like, all right, Mom, I'm over this. Do we really potty? Really? I just want to walk around naked. This is awesome. I can walk around naked. I don't know, So we'll see.
And it's all going to go out the window when we have a 20-hour workday and they have to pee in the RV while I'm going around turns and you're getting thrown against the wall. And it's going to be rough.
Yeah, I don't know how we're going to do that.
We're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Just like everything. How are we going to do it with kids on the road? How are we going to do it with Lana on the road? How are we going to do it with twins? We'll figure it out. Just like we always do.
Yes. Just, I want them to stay little because I don't want it to go by too fast, but I do want potty training to happen quickly. That is one thing I can say that could happen quickly, but
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll get it. But boy, this was action packed. We had a lot to talk about. We talked about MAES. We talked about the vacation and the villa.
Boy's birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Got through it all.
We had a lot to do, lots to cover. Guys, we have a bunch of cool guests coming up. We're starting to reschedule, get everything together. But I think that's it for today. Only thing left to say is see you next week.
Check us out online at wesisley.com and patreon.com/Wes_Isley for behind-the-scenes videos, blooper videos, never-before-seen footage, discounts on merchandise, magic trick tutorials, and more. That's Wes Iseli, spelled Wesiseli.